going to get a quick video in. We're going to start on this Slingshot that my buddy Marcus gave me down at the Pull Start Picnic. So I'm going to spin you around, show you what it looks like, and then we're going to kind of assess and see what all it needs to be looked at. I know there's a few things I got to address on it, but I want to go ahead and get a seat pan made for this thing and get it dropped off with my seat guy, because I know he's been extremely busy, so that way I can get that in line with him. Then I'm going to figure out, maybe I'll use some comments from y'all, what you think we might do for a power plant for this. Normally I like to put the old school Tecumsehs on them, which I'll probably have enough parts to build one. But I was thinking maybe going with something a little different. Definitely not going to cut the frame. You can always change out motors. Really don't want to put a Predator or a Tilly on it, just because I like to keep things old school with old school. But I thought maybe this one might stick old flathead Briggs on, so there's enough room, and the Briggs will already have a tank mounted to it, you know, etc., etc. But anyway, so you want to leave me a comment below what kind of motor you think I should put on it. Should we go back with the old school Tecumseh engine, or let's do something with a little bit of, maybe a little hopped up flathead? I got a couple that I built around here. Only thing is, I don't know what I put in them when I built them, because I didn't write it down. But anyway, I'll find one and we'll do a video on tearing a flathead apart and maybe putting a cam or something in that, or, you know, shaving some eyebrows, or, you know, whatever. But anyway, let's take a look at the old Slingshot. This is a Slingshot. Take a look at it and see what y'all think. Like I said, my old buddy Minibike Marcus gave me this one. We do have some damage. Let's see if it can kind of zoom in. Get over here to the side a little bit. The front end, let's turn that right about there. Looked like somebody did a little high-speed stoppage on the front forks, and so it's kind of got a little bit of a bubble right there. I guess somebody's heated it up and kind of put a kink in it right there. So I need to address that somehow. I am going to have the front end re-chromed, so that's kind of why I'm getting a jump on it, because the chrome guys, they do a great work, but they stay extremely busy. And somebody has painted the wheels, painted over the chrome stars. Those stars are supposed to be chrome. And that wheel down there at the front looks a little on the pitted side. So I need to get that apart, look into that. See what else we got. Both foot pegs are still there. The kickstand's there. Don't have exactly the correct axle bolts that came in it, but what are we running on the back? The front and the back got a different size tire. This is a old Carlisle. Let's see. Looks like a 400 by 6, and the fronts are 410 350 by 6. I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, 410 350 by 6. So we got a little runner on the front, a little bit taller one on the back. Well, that's why I like using the GPS, kind of their old school looking tire, because the tread kind of seems to, you know, look somewhat kind of close. But anyway, down here we got the brakes. When I looked in here, I didn't see any brake pads down inside there. And I think the sprocket, normally the sprocket on the older bikes are molded into one. This one I think is, on this cat, is you can actually unbolt it. If I can get, there we go. You can actually unbolt the 4 bolts and take the sprocket off. So once I get it off, that way I can kind of assess everything. And I don't know, somebody's welded right there. That looks kind of dirt dauberish, but when you get that cleaned up, see what's jiving with the kickstand, and then I can flip it all over, check the engine plate. I do believe right down in here, looked like we might have had a crack in the paint, but once we get this off, I can actually look at it better and check all the welds on it. Then I'll go ahead and check in the front forks, see how everything looks, get the seat off, because the seat, that ain't gonna fly. But this is a cat Slingshot, if it'll zoom in there. Slingshot. So, I'm not sure if this is original color. I don't think it is, due to, see how you can kind of see the overspray over the sticker there. So, it might have been close to it and somebody might have touched it up. Not sure. And I need to look and see. I do believe right here on this front badge plate, a lot of the cats, the Dominator and so on and so forth, they actually had a sticker right there. So I need to see if the Slingshot has a sticker. And if so, that's another thing I need to get on the ball to do, is get with my sticker guy that makes the decals and get some made for this, so I'll have them. And I got to get this spring in the pockets taken off, get all that checked out, so I can get a box of stuff so I can take it back down to the chromer. I do have to come up here and fill in some holes right there. Somebody drilled some holes in the handlebar. That's got to be fixed. But anyway, so that's a kind of an overlook of the Slingshot, and we're gonna get it all ripped apart and make a parts list. So let me get it apart. We'll take a better look at things. All right, back on the Slingshot. Got it all tore apart. Kind of go over a few things and see what I found. Did find a crack right here in the engine plate. So we got that to fix. And then this little area right, see, I'm gonna get my finger right here. See this, you see the two holes here. I had a chain guide, which I watched my other video. I have a buddy that makes me those. Obviously this one had broke off, and you could see where the chain has actually started rubbing into the frame right there. So we need to fix that, get a hole put back in it so I can put a new chain guide put on that. And got down here, see if we can zoom in on this, if I can see it. There we go. There's a crack right there, and you can kind of see this frame did used to be a green color, and then somebody painted over the top of it. I don't know if we can really zoom in. The lighting's kind of bad in here, but you can kind of see where it's a sparkly green that they sprayed over. Looked like a factory olive green looking color. It's kind of hard to tell. You can see it in kind of see it in a few spots, but there's some gray primer in there too. So let's flip it over. So, yeah, you can see the gray primer, but it did look like the factory color used to be, or was originally a greenish type. So, and I do like the sparkly green. So, I still got the foot pegs. I normally take these off, that way I can get in there to get all this stuff powder coated. And then plus I'm gonna kind of clean some of the factory stuff up. Not a whole lot, but you know, I'm gonna gotta get those off. But the rest of the frame looked good. I always wanna check this, always want to check this area up here around the neck on the older bikes, especially since this one has been high-speed forked. So I want to check all this stuff real good. It all looked fine, and you know, right down the center here, if I can get the camera straight, that looked good. So we still got the wheels to take apart, get the stars ready, because I need to get those in a box to take to the chromer to get redone. I got the spring and the spring pockets. Actually, spring really don't look too bad. I have some stuff I could probably soak it in, but I kind of clean these up anyway before I take them to the chrome guys. It's less work that they got to do. But and this one here, I don't know if it's supposed to be been in or not. I need to look into that and get this stuff set up. Definitely need a new chain. That one's kind of tired. The brake assembly, when I looked in there, I noticed it didn't have a brake pad on one side. Didn't have a brake pad on either side. So I'm pretty sure Go Power Sports carries a brake caliper kind of like this one, I'm pretty sure. So at least maybe I can get one from them and use the pads out of it. But this is all froze up, so we need to get that in line. The kickstand looked like it got loose at one point, or somebody caught it on something, and this bracket right here is kind of bent up. So we got that to fix. Neck bolt, let me show you this neck bolt. Let's see if we can get it over here on the table where we can roll it. What do you think about this? Let's put it this way. Let's see, hold on, spin around. I think this neck bolt's a little bent. Well, let's see if I can get it to roll. Yeah, I think that neck bolt, yeah, it's a little on the bent side. Yeah, definitely. That was kind of fun taking out. So we definitely got to get a new neck bolt. I got the forks over here, got them off. Like I said, these were a high speed, and somebody did get in here and weld that up. And they are, once I get to looking at it, it's still kind of got an arch to it. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I'd like to just try and cut these off and weld lowers on. I know that's really not the right way to fix it because this is all one tube. But then if I do all that and try to make the factory bars again, then I got this plate to deal with, which is factory, and all this is good. So, you know, this is probably just going to be a small, you know, like my old vintage bikes. I don't race them, I just cruise them around. So, you know, and it's just me on it. If I was doing this for, you know, this is somebody else's bike, I don't know if I'd do it that way. So I'm still kicking the idea around of how I'm going to fix this. I might try and put it in the press and see if I can get it some more straight, and then try and maybe cut this out get the hump out of it, weld it back up, smooth it down, because I am going to have it re-chromed for sure. Got to get these front deals off, the stars off the front. So I got some head scratching to do on that. Let's see, I think that's about it, but the rest of the frame looks pretty good. I got to get a parts list made. Got to get this wheel tore apart. I did look at the rear sprocket, and it actually really don't look too bad. Rolled it when I had it up, the bike upside down, rolled it. It still looks nice and true, so it tracks straight. But I think a good cleaning and some powder coating, I think those sprocket teeth will look good. But some of these old bikes you get, and the sprocket is actually welded to the center hub. It'd be welded right here instead of bolted. But I know Go Power Sports does have one that fits this pattern. I think theirs is like a universal pattern. So when I get it off and give it a real good look, we'll go from there. But I think I'm gonna try and reuse that one. And I was thinking about trying to reuse the tires, maybe clean them up, but definitely not. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with the same size or not, because it had duper size tires on it. But anyway, I was thinking about what we're gonna do for a power plant, and I picked this up a while back. I'm not sure if I did a video on this or not, but I go by my old job where I used to work, which was a small engine shop. And a lot of times they have stuff back there that either people drop off, or the repair bill was too much, you know, or it's gonna cost too much to fix. And so I always rummage through the junk pile and always see what I can find. So I was there a while back. My old boss Dave, I was like, hey, you got that old tiller out back? And he was like, go buy me a breakfast taco or something. So I picked this up, and actually does run. Had oil in it. And on a Briggs, get my finger down here, you have a model, type, and a code. And that gives you all your information on a Briggs. It's on the fan shroud, on this back side usually. Sometimes it's on the front side. Sometimes they're actually on the top. But it gives you all the, like, when the, you know, production, what year, make, model, what plant, all the info. But all I really ever look at, or I remember, is the first two numbers of your code. Like I said, you have model, type, and code. Look at your first two numbers of the code, which are stamped down here, and that's going to tell you the year. So the first two numbers here is a 86. So this is a 1986. It's got the old school recoil start down inside there, which is got like a clutch with balls in it, whatnot. Actually, the tank was pretty good. It's still, the gas in it was kind of iffy, but it had oil in it. I gave it a snort of brake cleaner. She popped off and run halfway decent. Didn't smoke or knock. So leave me a comment below. What do you think about this? We'll rip this motor apart, you know, put a cool pipe on it maybe, different kind of air cleaner or something. Maybe throw a cam in it, some springs. Not nothing crazy, just a good cleanup. Definitely need to put another head on it. Look at that head's busted right there. Probably because it's a tiller and it got slammed forward. But you know, just something we can take and pretty this up and put this on the Slingshot. So, what do you think? But anyway, so that's where we're at. Yeah, I think we ought to go with the flathead. So, like I said, leave me a comment below if you think we ought to go with the flathead or Tecumseh, one or the other. But this one already kind of runs, but we'll definitely rip it all apart, reseal everything, because it looked like it's been leaking some oils. 86 model. But anyway, so we're definitely going to go with the cool flashy green, so I ain't got to waste time trying to come up with the paint color. So that's that. Anyway, so I've got another thing I need to get started on. We're going to do a video on that. That's going to be the Super Bronc. I think it's Super Bronc, whatever. Big bike. But anyway, so I got to get this stuff, last few things tore apart, get ready to take to the chromer, and we're going to go from there. We already got a paint color picked out, possibly a motor situation. I think we should go with the old flathead. I think I got some cool loop pipes somewhere, I think. Anyway, leave me a comment. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Stay tuned. So when we get back on this bike, I'm probably going to try and have everything lined out so I can just make one big, you know, video of getting the bike put back together all in one, instead of doing like a multiple series of videos. But anyway, so if you're new to the channel, give me a subscription. We'd greatly appreciate it. If you liked it, thumbs up. And we'll see y'all in the next episode of this here Slingshot. Y'all take care. Thanks for watching.